So for me, life as a student was different because I came back from working. You see, I went straight into working after school, so from there becoming a student again was a bit weird. But I think because I was working, my work ethic was more, like I can say, like it was more mature than most people stay. No shade or anything. I'm just saying. Not any shade. Yeah, because like I didn't really struggle when it came to work ethic. Like if work had to be done, I would do it. Last year especially. This year I think I fell back a bit. But life as a student was alright.
For me, last year as a student, I didn't want to see myself in school. Like, I didn't have that thing. I was here to play. This year, things changed because now I started having more passion for what I was doing. Because last year it was a thing of let me get used to the environment because I don't know it. So yeah. I always watched Isidingo, Movango. What's that? Uzaru. And I was like, hey, so there's money there. There's money. It was fascinating because I would also be like, Mama, look at me. I can act. So yeah, that was when I was like, studying, sorry. I want filmmaking only to find out that there's too much work in here. Plus I'm lazy.
For me, I always liked doing impersonations when I was younger. Like I would like act like shut out, and I was good with accents and stuff. If you want the Indian, I can give you Indian right now. It's alright. I give it to you, Makulas and what you understand. You always have to be a hater. Shut up. And if I want the English accent, I could do an English accent. You know what I'm saying? American, all that. So I love it, and I love it.
What's your best?
It's not my best. But I loved movies also, and I always wanted to. I thought that I could do acting, like at least something in movies. That's why I chose film and television.
I like movies that put women in a situation where like they have to fight. Because I'm a fight. So when I see women doing stunt, I get
understandable. There are some good movies with female protagonists like Atomic Blonde. Or Some good movies.
Colombia.
Madam Web, you know that one? Short movie to watch. Some of my favorite films, I like the ones that are long run, like franchises, like your Star Wars, Harry Potters, and all that. You know, I love films like that because I love stories that go deep and like they create like their own world. You know what I'm saying?
Sandman.
Yeah.
Series,
like places where it's a world that they create from the mind. Like you've never heard of places like this, but when you watch it, and they exist, and I love stories with open worlds and that they just, and the story needs to be deep, you know, and they help you connect with the characters. The way I watch movies is completely different now.
Now you'll be like analyzing it.
Yeah.
Why didn't they use that? What? So
it's easier to point out mistakes in movies now. So I think studying filmmaking or getting into this field now that I have the knowledge that I have, it took away some of the joy that I had as a child.
So now you would rather watch cartoons?
I watch anime, but it also helps me, like, speaking of the analyzing part, you know, it helps me understand the movie more. And I think it helps me understand the inside more, like why would the director or the camera person or the story, why would they go approach it like this? And it helps me like see things that I didn't see that was there before, which was also good.
For me, I think looking or watching at the BTS behind the scenes of how they shot it, it gives me an idea of why can't you use this on your next project? Then you use this for your next lighting in terms of editing, how they edited it,
It's like BTS is more relatable, bro.
See, I go with Hollywood shit. Yo, Mzansi Bioscope, guys. Maybe the old Mzansi Bioscope wasn't interesting as now because there are more filmmakers than TV makers. Now they have that perspective or those glimpses of film studies and all that. Okay. Now they make them even more prettier, maybe better.
Obviously, you have to say Hollywood, right? I mean, Hollywood, they make the best movies, blockbusters and all that, but I still like Mzansi Bioscope. Bioscope now and then because I like it now and then because sometimes it's stories from the cast, it's stories that people are trying to get out there, and sometimes the ideas are good. It's just obviously the execution. Yo.
My hardest project was the first one that I did first year. On the first DP. Because now I wasn't familiar with the camera and how to use it. So it was so hard. It was so hard having to be the one that directs the film, how to shoot it, the angles and all that, and editing it. So that was the hardest thing. And the other one, the experimental films, the art house.
Art house. Yo, dog, art house. Yeah, it was difficult for me because me personally, when I create something, or the way I understand something when I create it, it has a linear vibe to it where it makes sense.
Mind you, you have to, it mustn't be linear, and we were used to having a linear movie and that one wasn't linear, so yeah.
Now to create something where it doesn't make sense, which part comes where. I always got lost when we were shooting, especially with the group. They'll be explaining stuff to me and I'm like, what? Yeah, sharp, shoot it dog. Yeah, I don't know. But it was very interesting.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, there have been times where I felt like quitting.
When things don't go your way, and you guys come up with solutions, but they still don't work.
Things will, you plan for something, right? And then sometimes the plan just doesn't fall through as you planned for it, and that can sometimes demotivate you.
I would just be like, oh guys, let's just call it a quit because nothing is going according. And now some other time would be when you have group members that don't put in the work.
Like maybe equipment failure.
Now you are the only one who has to put in the work. And at the end, you're like getting marks for that.
People are getting argumentative on set and it just becomes a lot. And that time you just think to yourself, you know what? Does this project really need to be done? Yeah. But we always pull through, We always try our best even though the feelings are there, but they're just feelings at the end of the day.
Bruh, to the point where you want to murder someone.
Sometimes it can get very personal on set because, everyone wants to be right,
Now you get to deal with different personalities and different people who who talk in a different sense.
Everyone thinks that whatever they are saying is right. The other person don't know what they are saying, or they don't know what they're talking about. But at the end of the day, we are all creatives, you know?
And at that time, it's not because you don't respect each other. It's because we are not in the same understanding level.
Everyone wants to have input in what they're doing to make it a great project. At the end of the day, it is for the project. But sometimes it gets to a point where it's like, come on, man, you know? Think of the team rather than yourself. I give myself an 8.
7.
I'm usually one to try and set things up, you know, like if things go sideways, I'd usually be the one to be like, okay guys, how are we moving forward? What are we doing? But also, because I care about the projects, you know, because if things don't move smoothly, I get angry myself. And I guess that's the other tool that's missing is I get upset very easily, very quickly.
The other 3, it's me having mood swings. I'm taking it away because I tend to react fast and I get emotional and I don't want to talk to anyone. I just want to be done and just go home. So I would say me doing the work, yeah, I do it 7 out of 10. The 3 that is left, it's me having to put emotions into working with other people.
I see myself with an Oscar to my name, maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3.
Where I see myself in the future, I know for sure it's behind the scenes. It's behind the camera.
And doing things for my country and community as an actor, you know, with a big name. Because I definitely want to push the arts more into the colored side of things, because coloreds don't really try and be creatives that much. Colors always usually have one way in and out, which is it's either you work, become a pastor, or a druggie, or a drug lord, or something. It's never something artsy or creative, you know. And I wanna, once I make it big for myself, where I'm able to help people, I wanna try and push it more into my people and, you know, give more opportunities for them to do stuff.
I definitely see myself as an editor, as a camera operator, as maybe a director, not a writer. That's too much work. And maybe being a production owner.
Never give up, man.
It's never personal.
Always chase your dream, because the moment you let your dream die, your future dies.
It's just that you are in a room filled with creatives, and it's okay to not have your opinion or your story or whatever you bring in the table to be taken.
And there's nothing to look forward or move forward to. So no matter how, because it's gonna get tough, it is. But no matter how tough it gets, just keep pushing, man. You will see the end.
It's not always that what you say must go. So it's never personal, it's more about having to learn instead of feeling like a loser in a group of creatives. Global Media Institute,
Where stars are born. 2026 registrations are open. See you here next year.
sign up.